All right, this is the start of our little road trip vlog. It is Friday afternoon. I just went and got the trailer and some straps. We're gonna leave about 5 a.m. tomorrow, heading up to Maryland. Got about a 5.5 hour drive there. We're gonna be picking up a new power hammer. I'm getting a 100-pound Beaudry, the same model that I've got currently, except smaller. I have a 300-pound Beaudry. This is a 100-pound Beaudry. They're both mechanical power hammers. They're very, very good mechanical power hammers. If I didn't have Beaudrys, I would 100% be going for a self-contained air hammer like a Nazel or a Chambersburg or something along that lines, Besh. But anyway, I am stoked. This is going to be a restoration project. Definitely needs some work. It could be put together and run as it sits. It just needs the drive system set up and electrical and all that stuff. But it's not 100% and it's not perfect, right? I'm not going to be going for a full-blown from the factory restoration. In fact, this machine has a couple of repairs that have been done to it. I'm not looking to replace those or change them. I just want to get the hammer in as good a shape as I can get it. But for now, we're going to be driving 5.5 hours north. We're going to load it up and bring it home. And we'll have another series on the channel from that point on. This is day one of the Beaudry 100-pound restoration series. Hopefully it goes smoothly. But yeah, see you guys on the road. Good morning. It is a little after 5 a.m. I'm picking up my co-pilot. We're about to hit the road. Probably do some time lapse here, some driving. But we got about 5.5 hours ahead of us. We'll stop for some breakfast and catch y'all up when we get there. Pull the base to me if you want to step down. Come on. All right, just pulled in. 16-hour day. That's 5:30 this morning. It's a little after 9. It's a long day, but we got the power hammer and some extra machines. I'm really excited to get these unloaded tomorrow. But I am going to bed. See you in the morning. All right, here we are. This is what we were after this weekend. We got a number 4 Beaudry, I think. It's a 100-pound ram. Now this guy's just sitting outside. The anvil's not in the right spot. Nothing's together. It needs a full restoration. But we got it moved. We got it loaded up on the trailer yesterday. Left from Maryland about 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. rather. At home about 9 o'clock, a little after. It was a long day yesterday. We got everything unloaded. I've actually got some toys inside I'll show you that I didn't go up there planning to get, but sometimes it just works out in your favor. So yeah, the hammer's in great shape. It's this is pre-champion Beaudry, so it's a true Beaudry & Company, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Serial number is 4108. I have the original bronze plaque. 4108, I think, means it's the 41st hammer made in 1908. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's how those are designated. But this is going to get a full restore. This is the first of probably a long rebuild series. It's going to take the entire thing apart, clean it, paint it, remachine a lot of stuff, fix, redesign quite a bit. I've got a couple of ideas on how we can do the drive system on this better than the existing hammer we have. I'd really like for the footprint of this thing to not get any taller. So I'm real excited about this hammer, real excited. Very, very, proud to be the new caretaker of this guy. We'll hopefully do it justice and get it cleaned up and put it back into service, get it to work. It's gonna be a really, really good hammer when it's done. But yeah, enough about this guy. We'll get into details, take it apart, tear it apart, clean it up, all that in a future video. But let's go inside and check out what stuff came with it and what other tools I got. All right, this is one of the other tools we picked up on the weekend. Really wasn't looking for one of these, but the price was right, and it's a really cool, gorgeous looking machine. These big open gears look just amazing, and it's on a little cast iron frame. It's extremely heavy, extremely durable. This is a pyramid roller. You've got 3 rollers here. 2 on the bottom here are driven, which means when I crank the handle, the rollers move. This top guy floats. And the idea is you put flat bar, flat stock, sheet through there, and you roll through, and you can tension it with these top guys here, and you make a ring or a curve. Yeah, it's just a cool little machine. 18-inch wide. Probably could take up some fairly thick material, but very quickly you reach the capacity on how hard it can turn, and you don't want to oversize this thing. So I wouldn't put any big thick bar or big thick plate in this. Probably would if it was hot. So I'm sure we'll use this for some future projects. But this really doesn't need much. I'd like to do a little bit on the handle. And he said that there's maybe some key issues. It looks like this gear here has rotated on its shaft, and the key is not there anymore. So get some new keys, maybe get it apart, clean it up, oil it, grease it. It's really in good shape. Maybe a tool, maybe custom wrench that'll hang on the stand or something that'll grab these, and we can turn those to get those to good sizes. Maybe even like a little nautical turning handle here. Who knows? But I am very, very excited. Was not expecting this guy, but really, really pleased to come home with it. But it's nothing compared to the other guy, so we'll go look at the other one. This is more fabrication based. That one's more forging based. So we'll talk about it. All right, I've got myself a treble hammer. This is a shop made, and I didn't even ask the gentleman I bought this from. I didn't even ask if he made this or if he bought it, acquired it. But it's in great shape. It's a really cool tool. It's what you call a treadle hammer, and you can use it as like a foot-powered power hammer. In my opinion, the best way to use this is a replacement of a striker. So instead of having another individual here you pay to swing a hammer, you're able to do it here. So the idea is that you operate it from this side. This is a ram. This is an anvil. Okay, and so I'll have tooling. I'll have a hot bar that I'll hold with one hand and the tool that I'll hold with the other, and then I can step on the treadle to then strike that tool. I can come all the way down, and now there's a lot of adjustment, right? There's spring tension, there's height of how this picks up, this whole mount back here, this will go up and down. It's even got a quick change. This is a little key here. This plate will drop out, so I can put like a fuller or a punch or something else there. There's a lot you can do with it, a lot. I'm very, very excited to have it in the shop. It's gonna open up a lot of possibilities in terms of working on my own. Because sometimes the stuff that you're doing is too delicate or small to do under a power hammer, but it's also too fiddly and crappy to do by yourself on an anvil. So this is a great acquisition to the shop. The price was right. We had room in the trailer, so we came home with it. I am very, very excited with it. Really, this guy, it might get wire wheeled and it might get painted. Honestly, it's probably gonna look exactly like this a year from now, except with more tools and more forge scale on it. I'll find a good spot for it, probably bolt it down. We'll see. It's not very heavy. I can move it around. That might be to his advantage. When I get to using it, we might find out that it needs to be bolted down. I don't know yet. But I'm very, very excited with the possibilities that this opens up for the shop and the efficiency that it does. That means I can have a setup under the power hammer that I don't have to tear down. I can come over here and do small things, right? I can set offsets for tongs. I can set, bit grooves for tongs. I can punch my maker's mark into hammers. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. I am, like I said, very excited. But yeah, it was a very, very fruitful weekend. Got ourselves another power hammer, a ring roller, and a little treadle hammer, and some nicks and necks. I got a little hand roll straightener. We'll show off another video someday if we ever get to using it. And I got a bunch of parts that went with the power hammer. Idler pulley, another set of dies, springs, belts, you name it. A lot of it's going to be used. A lot of it's not going to be used. We'll see. Just got to dig into it and find out what we end up needing. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased. This was a long weekend, but a fun weekend. And it's just icing on the cake when it's also for work, right? If you can make work fun, all the better. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We'll get digging into these things. We'll dig into these things. This guy, I think, is going to get put to use very, very quickly. Same with the ring roller. The power hammer is going to be a much slower process, and those videos are going to be far and few in between until we're done with our current job. We have a big gate job we're doing. And once that series is wrapped up, or at least to the point to where I have time in between if we're waiting to install or what have you, then we'll dig into the hammer. But every once in a while, who knows, maybe I have a half hour at the end of the day and we'll just wire wheel the guy down and get to looking at it. See what's underneath all that paint. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I'm really excited to get this stuff going and see where it all takes us.